Hello Aries, welcome to your reading. So my fireball babies, I am going to peel back your mask. I'm going to look inside. I'm going to see who you really are. And yeah, we're going to do that today with the Book of Shadows Tarot Volume 2. And I have my teeny tiny Everyday Witch Tarot ready to go here. So let's get started, Aries. There's a few questions in this spread. We're going to find out who you really are. What is the mask that you hide behind? Part of yourself you may not show fully to the world. Why you hide this part of yourself. How this affects your relationships. A little bit of advice for you and outcome if you follow the advice. So let's get started, Aries. Who Aries really is. Who Aries really is. My eyes are so itchy right now. I always find once my son's allergies get better, then mine kick in. All right, who you really are. You are the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, wow. Okay, so that's interesting. I do want to say, like, you are kind of naturally the tides that change. So there's something about you, at least as I'm reading your energy right now, where there's big change. You are big change. So you could be in the process of going through some big changes. You could be in the process, like it could even feel like things are shifting for you. Things are changing. Some things might feel like they're changing for the better, and some things might feel like they're changing for the worst. But with the Wheel of Fortune too, it does kind of feel like this is who you really are. You are quite capable of riding different changes throughout life. The seasons come and go with the seasons here, right? There's actually, it's a real, well, there's more than the divine feminine trine. There's more than the maiden, the mother, and the croon. There's the child too. So there's these four elements. I do want to say as well that kind of each element that you, or each cycle that you find yourself in, you're really in it. You're really invested in it. Like if you're in a shitty cycle, you're invested in that shitty cycle. If you're in a great abundant cycle, you're really invested in that great abundant cycle. So that's an interesting card to pull there. So what is the mask that you wear? Temperance. That's cute. So temperance is, you know, a bit like being patient. You look like you're being pretty patient. People think you're being patient right now, but it's a mask. Biding your time. It looks like you're biding your time. You're waiting for something to happen, or you're waiting to do something. It looks like you're kind of settling. You're not quite in the past anymore. You're not quite in the future. But why would that feel like you know, it's odd though, because this would kind of tell me like you're in a shift. And temperance represents being right smack dab in the middle of that shift. You're not quite in that future yet, but you're no longer in the past. But it's a mask. Is it a mask though? Because there's been a few signs that have come up where they're not really looking like they're hiding anything. So thinking about how these would work, this is a very, very unique. You're more, from what I see here, I could be wrong, but it feels like you're more into your future now. Like if you've closed off some sort of major cycle in your life, you are much closer to a future cycle, like them being in the in-between anymore. So why you hide your true self? The Four of Cups. There's nothing that interests you. Nothing that interests you. What you want isn't coming around, so you're not paying attention. That's funny. I don't know, it's just like, well, why you're hiding yourself? Because, well, I'm not interested in that. Good for you. Okay, so how does it affect your relationships? The Knight of Wands. That's interesting. Is that people reacting to you, or you reacting to people in relationships? I don't know that the Knight of Wands very like fiery. It gets going and doesn't really go anywhere. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius energy, and the Knight of and Temperance is Sagittarius energy. Interesting. The Knight of Wands is Sagittarius. The Queen of Wands is Aries, and the King of Wands is Leo. Like specifically, you could just say fire sign. But if you want to get into specifics, and Temperance is Sagittarius. Temperance is about bringing, I want to say, your passion, your drive, your feelings, and your emotions into balance with each other. This is like a mask, right? And why you hide it yourself? Because, well, perhaps your emotions aren't in balance yet. Or there's something, you're not seeing anything emotionally that's worth investing in, or that so you're focusing more on the drive. Just what feels great for today. What am I going to do with the Knight of Wands? So it does feel like you might, boom, be invested in something with somebody for a couple of hours, and then you're gone. You're out of there. Okay, what's the advice for you? This is a very curious reading. Judgment. Have a new day. Have a new day. Well, you are the Wheel of Fortune. Take a chance. You are a chance taker. I would say that. Aries is definitely a chance taker. I know I'm going to get some people who go, Aries is not a chance taker. I don't know. Maybe you're full of soil. I was going to say full of soil. And I wasn't going to say full of shit. I want to say like full of earth in your chart or something. Aries is a cardinal sign. It'll get out there and take a chance, honey. It'll definitely do that. But you're not really. Because with the Four of Cups, you know, because it could say because things just don't interest you, or they're not piquing your interest. But, you know, there's also the cautionary tarot with this card that you might be focused on past disappointments. So there could be good opportunities that you're missing because you're just not interested right now. And you are a chance taker with the Wheel of Fortune. Or maybe you don't want to take any more chances. But judgment is your advice. Get out there and live. Get out and do something. Go for it. Have your new day. Have your new beginning. Outcome if you follow the advice. Well, that's better. The Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands. I said that was you, right? The Queen of Wands. Don't touch my fire. I built it. I know how to control it. I like that. See, there she is, her fiery red hair, the Queen of Wands, and she's built that fire. Don't touch that Knave of Wands. Oh, look at this. It's the same chick. So there is a progression here. Oh, I like that. There is a progression. Going from the Knight of Wands, maybe chasing after things that are like, we'll see. Maybe today, maybe not, with the Knight of Wands. Queen of Wands, she built her own fire, honey, and people are coming to touch that. Nope. Keep your hands off that fire. I built that fire. Now, there's salamanders in the fire, too, and salamanders are associated with rebirth. They're also associated with Sagittarius, and you've got the salamanders here with the candles that she's about to light. I kind of feel like you're on the cusp of some relationships here, and how you show up in those relationships. Like on the cusp of a change. You're going to be showing up. If you follow this advice, if you let yourself get out there with a judgment, a new beginning, you're going to be showing up in a much more powerful way than you are right now in relationships. Wow, you have the Empress, the Nine of Cups, and the Two of Swords. This kind of feels like balancing your dreams for yourself with the Two of Swords. Trying to figure out, or feeling like at least perhaps, that you're not sure how you can balance, you know, how you help others with the Empress card. She's very helpful, like helping others grow, growing things within yourself. And And the Nine of Cups, though, is your own dreams and wishes here. How do you do that? I don't know. Let's see. You are the chance taker, but right now it looks like you're not doing much with Temperance. You're just, well, you know, I'm waiting for my new beginning. Who you really are. The Wheel of Fortune. This is who Aries really is. Death card in the Seven of Pentacles. Shit ends, make a new beginning. Figure out how to get going forward. So who you really are. Well, you know, it's interesting because you and Scorpio share Mars energy. And Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. And I get that too with the salamanders coming out of the fire. It's a bit like phoenixy sort of energy. So it is about a rebirth, but through fire. Who you really are. You can have endings here and you can build yourself up again. You're good at that. You can do it. It's who you are. The mask you're hiding behind is Temperance. Let's have another glass of wine and just sit on it. Right? So Temperance. Let's have some pie and wine. This looks good, actually. The Five of Swords. The mask you're hiding behind. I need more cards on that. The Five of Swords with Temperance. This is the mask you're hiding behind. Oh, okay. Yeah, now that makes sense. Okay. You've cut some shit out. You'll cut it out. You've cut it out. I don't know. With Temperance. So something's ended here. You do have the Death card to indicate an ending. You've cut something out. Didn't matter how hard you needed to cut it. You cut that shit out. And a new beginning here. The Page of Wands. Do you see the progression? Page of Wands, Knight of Wands, Queen of Wands. You are starting over again. So you have to kind of start like from beginning. You're kind of getting your footing here. You might be showing up a lot smaller than you really are. And I don't know why. Maybe because you're going into a new beginning. You want to kind of see how that plays out and how you play out in that dynamic. And this too, how this affects your relationships. This is a little bit, hey, here I am. What's going on, guys? Hey, Aries walked in. Hello. So I don't know. Why you hide yourself? 4 cups. 4 cups. The 4 cups. Life is boring. No. Wow. I don't know what to say about this, but you have the 10 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. So why you hide your true self? You've walked away from some serious shit, man. Like, you've really walked away from some stuff here. And you've full on put yourself out into the cold. 10 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, and the 5 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is going from, at some point, having some sort of emotional fulfillment. But was it? Because with the 8 of Cups, you're walking away. Like, and you could be walking away from something that could be perceived as good. The 10 of Cups, yes. The 5 of Pentacles. I don't know. Be careful this isn't some sort of like a martyrish sort of energy. I'm interested in this, with the 10 of Cups, like, you're creating things with other people here. You're creating emotional fulfillment. So there's a big question there. Why? I don't know. The Knight of Pentacles, or the Knight of Wands. That was funny. I said the Knight of Pentacles. How this affects your relationships. The Knight of Wands. I want to say, like, relationship isn't very serious, though, with the Knight of Wands. The Magician and the 3 of Cups. Yeah, that's not very serious. With this combo. Reconciliation, Magician, here I am, now I'm not. Like, it can be a little bit, with the Knight of Wands, I would put a bit of player energy. So, you might not be looking like you're taking relationships seriously. Or you might just be walking into relationships that you're not really taking seriously, or other people aren't either. I don't feel like you're invested emotionally. Well, you're definitely not. Why you hide your true self? You're not ready to invest anything emotionally. Because you're not seeing anything of value. Oh, you know what? I want to say too, though, because there's something that you might have seen as having value. Like you might, you full on invest in the Ten of Cups. That's funny. 10 of Pentacles, 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups to get to that. But you full on invest here. And then you walk away from the investment. And there's a physical, there's almost like, I would say with the Five of Pentacles, there's a physical consequence to this as well. Like where you find yourself here. And the Four of Cups, maybe it feels like it's not worth investing. Advice for you is judgment. It's not, is it? Oh, I thought it was the Eight of Swords. It's like, wow. Justice and Hermit. Oh my goodness. And maybe that's a bit what this Four of Cups is. Why you hide your true self? So why? Maybe some of you are like more hermit-like. Keeping to yourself, keeping things contained to self. But justice, judgment. There's a lot. It's all major arcana in the advice for you. The universe is trying to get you to do something and go and do some stuff. You should do it. It's like part of the plan. Part of the bigger plan. But you can be a little stubborn hothead. Somebody can like, no. Queen of Wands. Outcome if you follow the advice. You're going to make a big effing fire, baby. People are going to like this fire. People are going to want to come and check out this fire. The Queen of Wands. The Nine of Swords and the Hierophant. I'm going to say, I think you're worried. I think you're anxious about things being too committal. How this affects your relationships. The Knight of Wands is not committal. Is not really committed to things. Outcome if you follow the advice is the Queen of Wands. People, so you could say the fire is you, and the Queen of Wands is depicted as like the sexiest, most attractive out of the queens. Like if that energy is going to come out. People want to touch this fire, be like, hey, how are you? But the Nine of Swords and the Hierophant, like, oh, I don't want to. Let's look at this underline. The Empress, the Knight of Cups, and the Two of Swords. The Empress. Okay, I wondered, and I'm right. So, because you're the Emperor in the tarot, right? Like that's your card. And you have the Queen of Cups coming up here. It's also your card. The Empress. So I thought, is this about a dream, a wish for finding someone that you're really compatible with, or finding something that you're really compatible with and that you feel like you could invest in emotionally here? Because right now, look what pulled out with the Empress, and it totally answered the question I had in my head. Is this the counterpart for Aries? The Six of Cups and the King of Wands. It is. So it's some sort of counterpart energy for you. It could be you just coming into a complete, absolute balance of self to the highest degree. Like you're being Emperor and Empress energy, true yin and yang, exercising that, being able to do it, because that's not happening here. Like there's a big holdback of energy. So that's certainly not the case right now. So that could definitely be a question for you. Some of you that are looking for companionship or looking for friendship or just looking to connect, or are you? I don't know. The Four of Cups, like, yeah, is this? Because Six of Cups is soulmate too. Like a deep connection here. The Nine of Cups. The Queen of Cups. Mutual love, appreciation, expression, the dream, the Two of Swords. I don't see it. I don't see it. So that's what I see for you that you don't see. The Two of Swords. The Ten of Wands. It's like information that you never receive, as something that you never find. That's the underline here. The World. the Page of Swords. So this is like literally like closing off a cycle. You're kind of being asked to do that. You're being asked to close off a cycle, Aries, with the World and the Death card, 7 of Pentacles. Let's rebuild again, rebuild yourself. The mask that, like, the impression that people get from you is that you're still kind of, you're stuck in the in-between. People, it looks like you're stuck in the in-between. You're not quite, but I don't know that you are hiding that. I think that actually from what I've pulled out here, I think you are still kind of in the in-between. But I think you're the one keeping yourself in the in-between. Yeah. And then here, like Judgment, come out of this hermit mode energy, which I would really describe as why you hide your true self. So why are you hermit mode? Because I think you've invested a lot emotionally in things or people in the past, and you've had to walk away from them, and you felt the physical consequences of this with the 5 of Pentacles. So end the cycle and see what happens with the Page of Swords. End the cycle, see what happens. This is really interesting. All right, Aries, my fireball babies, I'm going to go do the extended for you. I'm going to ask, well, this will be interesting, how to improve your relationships, what would your deeper self tell you about the mask that you wear, and how to release your true potential. This is right here already. Just go out. Go out. But go out how would be the question for you. Because with the Knight of Wands, I still feel like, yeah, let's go have a good time. Let's see what's going on. Okay, friends, here I am. I gotta go now. All right. Oh, so I'm supposed to do this part after. Anyway, till next time, Aries. Do be gentle with yourselves. Bye.